What's up, guys? Remember this? This is the Pinetab, the ARM version, the newer one. And I got this maybe 2 years ago, but I misplaced it because I'd done some traveling over the year. And I've had quite a year this last year, a lot of big changes that I've had. So I've been quite busy this last year, but I finally found it. I had packed it away when I was traveling and I forgot where I put it. Well, anyway, I found it, so let's get to it. How am I going to get it running again? Well, I forgot my password, actually. It's been so long since I knew where it was. And so we're going to go ahead and flash it to the eMMC, the internal storage. And how do you do that? It's actually really easy. You can download the Arch, the DanctNIX image, which is PT2 factory, and then it has the date. I have the July 31st, 2025 version. So all I had to do was download this. Then you can use the unxz command, which is unxz, and then the name of that file. And that will extract it when it's the .xz file that you're going to download. So it'll look like that. And that's what I did. And then all I did was I simply burned it. You can see my dd command right here. So you can see I ran dd command, and then I put that file as the input file, if equals pt2 factory, and then the date. So it's the image file after I extracted it with the unxz command. Then I sent it to the micro SD card, and it's as easy as that. Once you burn that image to the micro SD card, you can place it in the side of your Pinetab 2. And what it'll allow you to do, as soon as you boot that up, you're going to see this. And this is what it offers you. I can flash it to the internal storage. So what I want to do is flash the eMMC as it says it is. What is it doing? It is checking integrity. All right, as you can see, it was able to verify the integrity. It took a little while, and now it's on 98% flashing. So if you have one of these Pinetabs that are the newer version, look at that, 99%. We are just about there. So hopefully this is going to work. Otherwise, you'll never see this video. Let's see what happens. All right, flash was all successful. All you got to do is burn that micro SD card, insert it right into the side, label facing up. So the metal contacts need to be facing towards that direction on your micro SD card. And then you'll have that opportunity to flash as I just showed you. Wanted to record the process just to help people who have a Pinetab 2 that have the ARM version. We'll see if it actually worked on the internal storage. And I've heard that this Arch version, DanctNIX, is actually a little more stable on the Wi-Fi. So I'm excited to try that because last time I used it, to be honest, the Wi-Fi was just completely unusable. And I think that can discourage some people from, I think the Wi-Fi, having networking is super important. Of course, I was able to use a USB to Ethernet, so I was able to get networking, but I'm not always near an Ethernet. So it's helpful to have working Wi-Fi and stable Wi-Fi. Of course, as everyone knows, this is more of a development project in that it is a community-based development. You're going to need to use the volume buttons to toggle different settings. So earlier, don't pay attention to how I did it. I'm hitting all these keyboard buttons. That was the wrong way to do it. I'm doing this just showing how someone might go through the process. So at this point, I'm going to go to power off, and then to select, you're going to hit that top button. So that's what I'm doing here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the micro SD card. So let's go ahead and do that. So to do that, you'll stick a fingernail there, and it'll spring out for you. See what happens. Let's turn it on and see if it works, if I've actually overwritten the last time I flashed an image. Because I couldn't remember the password, so unfortunately that meant I could have either booted into a shell environment and then just changed the password manually, but I decided let's try the more stable Wi-Fi if it's even working. So we'll see how it runs. It's booting up now. Everything's loading up okay. I kind of had to step away from playing with Pine 64 devices just because of a lot of new financial responsibilities that I had to take on in the last year. I just didn't have the time to, play around as much anymore, unfortunately. So I really wish I could have done more, but sometimes unexpected things happen. So we'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that should work. And there it is. So it looks like everything was flashed successfully. Pretty easy to do, not difficult. Just go ahead, download the PT2 DanctNIX image, the factory one, burn it to the micro SD card, insert it in your Pinetab 2, boot it up, and then select flashing it to the eMMC. It's as easy as that. Really easy to do. So we'll see. It's probably still loading. Been a while since I've even used KDE Plasma. Let's see. I don't even remember how to use it. So as you can tell, I have not had this in a little while. So there we go. Everything looks like it's doing well with the mouse. I'm going to go ahead and pull it away for a second so I can type in my Wi-Fi password. I don't want to give away my MAC address, so I will go ahead and face you to my beautiful new screen. I don't want to give away my permanent MAC either, so I'll go ahead and see if I can bring up the Ethernet, or bring up the Wi-Fi device. And it's connecting right now on the Pinetab 2. I don't want to reveal my Wi-Fi network name, so I had to pull it away for a minute. I'm going to clear my terminal, and we'll see how it works. Okay, looks like we are connected. I just want to make sure no pop-ups of my Wi-Fi network come up. All right, let's go ahead and just open a browser, see if anything happens to crash on us. Last time I used the Pinetab 2, the Wi-Fi would crash, and then it just wouldn't work at all anymore. So far, so good. I haven't had a crash yet, and it looks like we'll test the internet. I'm sure it works. So we'll go ahead and we'll look it up. So looking forward to playing with this more now that I have it set up. This is great portable. As you can see, compared to the much larger W541 on the left, this one is a 15.6 size screen. This one looks like it might be around a 12 or a 10 or something like that. Yeah, 10.1 in fact. There it is right there. So look at that. It's looking like it's working very well right now. And so I do want to say something. If you are interested in Pine 64 hardware or even just Linux development in general, DanctNIX could always use help with collaboration. I noticed on the GitHub that there weren't any collaborators. So, anyone who wants to support projects like that, DanctNIX is doing this and donating a lot of time to creating a stable operating system for Pine 64 products, which I think is super cool. I always loved Pine 64. I just unfortunately ran out of free time. That's the truth. I just ran out of free time. I had to get a different phone for work-related reasons and use certain applications on Android. I just had specific needs that were changed that I couldn't fill with the Pine phone anymore. I still have a Pine phone, but my screen broke for the second time, and I was wondering if it was a faulty hardware in it, so I was afraid to keep buying screens. So here we have the first Pinetab. Remember how I had installed that RTL SDR inside? So this is pretty cool. It's an internal SDR. I would have loved to see that kind of an option for a module for an RTL SDR in this. That would have been an amazing option. And I think that brought a lot of interest to the Pinetab. Just having a handheld touchscreen SDR, that's something that's just not that common. And I think that really was an amazing thing. It looks like my screen is cracked, but thankfully it's just the screen protector. And so we have a fully working Pinetab first version, which I actually still really love this first version, especially being able to add the RTL SDR in it was really cool. And we're still taking a look, and so far we've still got great Wi-Fi. I don't think it'll be super fast Wi-Fi, but hey, stability is what matters for anyone who wants to be able to take this around as like a travel pad. It's perfect for that if you are experienced with Linux. If you're not experienced with Linux, it still could be a great option for you. If you want to force yourself to learn Linux, this could be the right option, just so you know, sometimes when you break something, it's really just the best way to learn, because when you have to fix your devices, you learn a lot in the process. And I've learned more about Linux by breaking my setups than anything else in life, because it forces you to learn, forces you to adapt, forces you to do research, practice, and to change your configurations or whatever, recompile things, you know, all the different processes and fixing things. So it can be a great option, but you just have to be mindful that it is a community effort, and you can't expect it to be like a Dell tablet right off the shelf that has, you know, billions of dollars in development. This is a community project, but honestly, I love it. I still think it's super cool. Wish I had more time to play with some of these devices. I just, things have changed in a lot of ways that are out of my control in the last year. So, you know, I love playing with them, and I'm definitely going to be carrying this around more. And, you know, you can see the difference between them. This one obviously has a much more powerful processor and everything. And it also has a nice metallic body. Let's take a look at that. Here we are. So you can pull it out, you can check it out. It'll adjust the screen, whether you're going, you know, horizontal, vertical. So really, it's a nice quality build, it looks like. This one's the 4 GB of RAM version, Pinetab 2, as you can see here. It has a camera. I haven't tested that, but I did want to kind of just show you how it works, the kind of performance you can expect from it today. Sometimes, you know, it may not register immediately, but it's Plasma. You can definitely get a lighter weight desktop as well. Plasma is very pretty to look at. Seems to be working just fine. I like it. I enjoy using it. So this is what the status of it is. Looks like Wi-Fi is working rather well. I'll be sure to do more recordings. Just wanted to show you how you could, you know, flash an Arch image. And if you want to support the work of DanctNIX on this, I always recommend supporting projects that you believe in, that you like using. So you can check out ways to support over on the GitHub for the project. And, you know, it's like mentioned, it's a community effort. So, you know, anybody who wants to collaborate could always do that. There we go. So, yeah, it's not like the fastest of all tablets, of course, but for Linux, for, you know, programming, development, you know, this is perfectly suitable for somebody who wants to get into ARM-based Linux development or just Linux development, scripting, whatever it is you want to do. What's great about having a Linux tablet is you can take advantage of all those applications that you love on your Linux laptop or desktop. And it does work well. There's nothing wrong with it necessarily. It's just not the latest hardware, but I think it is perfectly usable for my needs. Now, sometimes when you hook the keyboard up, you got to make sure those pins are properly set, just so it does pick up the hardware keyboard, of course. So yeah, there it is. It's picking it up. So yeah, it could work out rather well as a nice little travel pad. That's what I show you today, guys. Just wanted to kind of show you. I don't want to drag this video out too long, but I did want to show you how the Pinetab's doing. The Pinetab 2 looks like the Wi-Fi is much more stable than last time. I'm not sure what kind of work went into it. As mentioned, I was, you know, overloaded in the last year with a lot of things that happened, but you know, this is where it's at today, and I look forward to doing more videos, and I'll do more updates on it as I get a chance to use it more over the next couple days. I also have another hardware project that I want to do a video on coming very soon. So make sure to like the video, guys, share it, leave a comment, let me know if there's something you're curious about on the Pinetab 2. And I'll be back later with more on the Pinetab 2 and how to protect your security and privacy.